And now to the latest on the Surfside building collapse. This is day 16 of a round-the-clock search mission at the site. The operation transitioned to a recovery effort 2 days ago. Miami-Dade County Mayor Daniela Levine Cava announced that 15 additional bodies had been found in the rubble since last night, one of them during the day today. That brings the total number of confirmed dead to 79. The number of people possibly unaccounted for is now 61. Tonight, a ripple effect from the building collapse is potentially impacting every building in Surfside on the east side of Collins Avenue, regardless of age.
Surfside Mayor Charles Burkett is making new recommendations to condo boards and owners to ensure safety. CBS 4's Joe Murray spoke to the mayor today and is live in Surfside now with details and what the mayor told her. Joan?
Yeah, I had a long conversation with the mayor, Elliott, and one thing I learned, he owns property in 8 states, including right here in South Florida, some buildings in Miami. He says being proactive is a good way to get ahead of the curve.
That building appears as though it was sucked into a hole.
We won't know for sure for some time what brought down the Champlain Tower south, but Surfside's mayor isn't waiting to make sure there isn't a repeat along the beach. In a letter to buildings east of Collins Avenue, condo boards and owners are being urged to hire a structural engineer and a geotechnical engineer to look at the soil, examine the foundation and building design to make sure it matches construction, employ radar to look at the slab thickness and locate reinforcing steel, and take 3 concrete core samples for strength testing.
Check all the boxes and make sure, within reason of course, that there's not something glaring.
The town started doing some of that work at the Champlain Towers north, a duplicate of the one that crumbled, taking core samples from beams, pulling up the tile around the pool deck looking for leaks, and examining the plans for the building. Mayor Burkett said they've gotten extreme cooperation from the North Tower Board, and he isn't getting any pushback from other condo boards.
I think everybody wants to basically ensure that they're safe.
Help put their mind at ease.
Yaniv Levy is with Coast to Coast General Contractors, specializing in concrete restoration.
We'll be able to see if there's any obvious signs of deterioration. They'll take core samples. They'll be able to test in a lab the compression strength of the structural elements in the building, the concrete as well. They'll also be able to do GPR testing scans to make sure that they have the proper reinforcement, rebar, in their structures.
The looming question after this disaster, how will it affect building on the beach in South Florida? Levy thinks what happened here will lead to greater oversight.
To make sure that all the professionals are following the design in place.
The ripple effect from this catastrophe still unfolding. Now, the mayor also told me that he went with the town's engineer to the disaster site today to collect samples from the columns. It's going to take a while to see what it reveals, but remember, there's been a lot of talk about structural problems. Did the builder actually follow the plans exactly? Was the proper amount of steel put in place? So there's still a lot to be determined. Elliott, Carly?
Well, Joan, the question here, the mayor mentioned a lot of recommendations, but will these condo board members be willing to pay for all of the costs that it would take?
Yeah, you know, hiring these engineers, they do run a couple $100s an hour. So you are probably talking about several $1,000s. It's not like bringing in a structural engineer to actually do designs and everything. This is more an assessment of what the state of your building. But think about it. Is that a lot to pay, considering you probably, if you live in one of these condos, better able to sleep at night knowing what the foundation looks like, the state of your beams, and exactly what's going on under the soil? Back to you.
Joan, thank you very much.